be required to be licensed to use the school's computers. Moree High School became a technical high at the beginning of this year. With the support of computer manufacturers, students have the use of in excess of 50 computers said to be essential to prepare students for today's workplace. Technology computer studies are available for Year 7 to Year 12 students, but because of their popularity, the school is to test every operator.
Well, I don't know whether it's unusual, but we're introducing a licensing system. The idea is to give the students a test, see whether they know how to operate the machines satisfactorily. They will then have their names put onto a card, or have their names put onto a card, and from that they are then allowed to use the computers in their own time, and providing they abide by all the rules, then that continues on.
Although computer games are taboo, computer music is encouraged. Most students do agree on one thing: a technology high school will become more important in laying the groundwork for students who enter the workforce.
When you get into the workforce, you're using computers all the time, and it's a great asset to have experience in the field.
After this break, we meet Vietnam War victorious themselves to coach have qualified themselves to coach the youngsters in the basics of a number of sports.
It started from a camp that involved 18 students from Bengra Central and Moree Technology High Schools. They were trained under the Aussie Sports Fun Leader program by local sport, recreation and racing officers. The aim to qualify them as senior school coaches and pass on their knowledge to primary children in the basic skills of many sports, including T-ball, minky and netball. Some of the older students have taken a 2-year course in sport as a subject to help with their HSC.
Sport is an accessory for school to get our HSC. And this is just an easier way sort of for us to learn, and just gives us a bit more ability to teach the children and everything.
The 1.5-hour sessions are already proving to be beneficial for the student teachers and primary children, and getting the respect of the youngsters doesn't seem to be a problem. The senior students say it can only help in years to come.
I picked this because teaching is a possibility for me, but a lot of my friends that are doing it as well, some of them want to be PE teachers and others just doing it for fun.
From the Moree Technology device that connects two-way radio with a telephone and controls volume.
It's a simple device that could save a lot of annoying moments for two-way radio owners and possibly a lot of arguments. It's often said that the simple inventions are the best ones. Troy Smith and Charles Zanis from Moree's Technology High School came up with the idea basically to solve a problem at their own homes. Their parents had complained that while on the telephone, sometimes they couldn't hear for chatter on the two-way. The device connects the two-way with the telephone and controls volume.
While the phone is down, the circuit is just completed normally and the volume stays the same, but when the phone is lifted up, it passes it through the variable resistor or volume knob here, which you can preset the volume you want it to be when it's on the phone, and when you hang it back up, it goes back to normal volume.
The invention also prevents the problem of someone turning the two-way down and not turning the volume back up. They've had favourable comments about the device and it's impressed many farmers, but they haven't thought much at this stage about commercialising the product.
Well, Troy and I don't really know yet. You know, we haven't progressed yet. But we're thinking about contacting Telecom about, you know, if we can put it in the one spot inside the telephone itself.
The automatic volume control will be entered in 2 competitions in the near future.
It's being entered into the Young Innovators Awards, which are the former Beyond 2000 Awards, and the BHP Science Awards.
Education system. Mrs. Nyla Bergland has been visiting schools in the far northwestern corner of New South Wales.
Moree High School was just one of the schools visited by the Deputy Director. She also went to Boggabilla, Mungandai, North Star, Toomala, Boomai and Garra in the Whirlwind Tour. Mrs. Bergland was particularly interested at the new access programs which link many of the schools together by radio, telephone and computer. She denied country schools were disadvantaged and hit back at critics who claim students aren't educated as well now as they were in the past.
I think statistics prove them wrong. quite bluntly, nobody has any statistics that show that standards of literacy and so on have declined. We have a much wider group of the population being educated now, where once upon a time an enormous percentage of the population stopped at year 6.
Mrs Berglund said that while there would always be boarding schools, the trend was for more and more parents to seek education in their local schools, and most were happy with the services provided and the standard of education.
It's no good us educating children so they fit into the now world. What we've got to say is, look, you children are going to be adults in the year 2000 and onward, and we've got to educate you to fit into whatever that world has to offer in 10 years' time.
The 6 is rather interesting.